It's been a challenging few years for Australian winemakers. When China slapped tariffs of up to 200% on Aussie wines in 2020, it left the industry scrambling to find new markets.
We lost everything overnight. We had built a business in China.
When Australia called for an international investigation into the origins of COVID-19, China responded with a range of trade strikes against Australian products. The relationship has since thawed. Barriers against barley, coal and other exports are now gone, and wine is expected to be next. Australia suspended its appeal at the World Trade Organization over the wine tariffs when China announced a 5-month review. That review ends on March 31st. Australia's Trade Minister will meet his Chinese counterpart on the sidelines of the WTO meeting in Abu Dhabi.
We want the tariffs on Australian wine removed, and if we don't get that, then we'll resume the WTO application ASAP. Our agreement to suspend the WTO process was based on the successful removal of all of the tariffs.
Shares in Australia's largest listed winemaker Treasury Wine Estates have slowly recovered since China imposed the tariffs in November 2020. In this month's earnings announcement, Treasury also signalled it's expecting something to celebrate soon.
The review of tariffs on Australian wine remains ongoing, with a determination anticipated in late March. We are prepared and we're well placed to re-establish ourselves and our Australian portfolio in China should the review result in the removal of these tariffs.
But there's a question about what Australia's exporters have learned from the whole experience when it comes to reliance on China. Take barley, for example. China went from buying almost all of Australia's barley to buying none at all during the diplomatic deep freeze, forcing exporters to diversify and find new markets. Since tariffs were lifted, Australia's barley producers have gone straight back to their most lucrative buyer, with China accounting for 90% of exports in December. And of course, when wine begins to flow, memories can become hazy. Paul Allen, Bloomberg.